Hello and welcome. Tonight we have Ppotdot1 versus greatjhon, and greatjhon has a of a 35-28 from a couple of days ago, whereas greatjhon has a PB of 38.05, and both are doing magnet first. And I believe Ppot is the 11th seed and greatjhon is number 15, so it's gonna be a good race. Let me check if our racers are ready to go, ready to rumble. And tonight I have our good buddy Mr. Cap. You know a thing or two about this game, right?
This is the game where you stop. Is it Dr. Cossack or? No. We're working with Wiley this time. Nothing could possibly go wrong.
Yeah, nothing can possibly go wrong.
How's it going though, everybody? Good to be here. I'm looking forward to this too. Ppot has been grinding this game. So we will see if we get feast or famine tonight.
Okay, looks like our racers are ready to rumble, and I am gonna let them go to the wild. Okay, we shall be racing very shortly.
So both magnet first. I love it. Not quite as fast as top first, but very, I guess I don't want to say consistent because you have that Magnet Man RNG in there.
Yeah, you got the magnet orange, like, first thing, but I guess more consistent.
Yeah, you will more consistently succeed at getting through the route than consistently getting the same time necessarily. It's a friendly route, and it's still pretty fast.
So in MM3 we have three major routes. We've got top first, magnet first, and Gemini first. We have a fourth controversial route, which is Gemini.
We don't talk about needle first.
Yeah, we don't talk about needle.
It does look like they're off here in the Magnet Man stage.
Just sliding, jumping, and doing the things a Mega Man can. And here we're gonna meet for the first time. We are gonna meet Proto Man, and we're just gonna take 28 shots, and Ppot takes him down.
Ppot with some really strong mashing there. John not that far behind, honestly. But we do have a little bit of the classic little things early, where Ppot's just getting a few extra slides and getting a little better mashing in.
Yeah, just slightly better.
Oh, John taking the hit there on that screen. It lags so much.
So the one downside of taking magnet first is you gotta memorize these Yoku blocks. And Yoku blocks are pain.
Yeah, it's a little extra time to go through here as opposed to coming through later with Rush Jet. I mean, the one good thing about having to memorize them is if you're running this route consistently, it's the first stage. You know this route. You've got it. But, yeah, it's about a couple of little tricks. I'm, like, hearkening back to the days when Fasta was just picking up this game and using this route. But maybe we could talk about that in Race 2, because here's Magnet Man.
So you primarily want to see Magnet Man stay on the floor. You don't want to see him jump up, because when he stays on the floor, you can just run into a shield and cause him to move towards doing what he's gonna do next. And Ppot is out of here.
Ppot really nice there, taking him out. Both of our runners getting centered on the screen because this is a Mega Man game. What do you expect? So Ppot ahead by one weapon get sequence. Let's go.
So
John, though, like right there.
we are gonna head into Hardman. First, we're gonna deal with these beasts. We're gonna slide 3 times and fire off a bunch of magnets. We gotta kill these first 2 bees with magnets and swap over to Russia and just mash that 3rd one down. And Ppotdot does it beautifully. Chef kiss.
I love it. That getting ahead with rush coil.
Oh no!
Oh no.
He got Russia and not the bees.
Not the bees! John not able to mash down that 3rd bee. That one's the trouble one. That's why I was impressed Ppotdot did it. Not that I doubt him. It's just that's the tricky strat.
Yeah, usually like most people will go for like try to get 1 shot up and 2 shots down, something of that nature. That's the more riskier stuff. And unfortunately, greatjhon did not kill that monkey, so he was creating extra lag. But greatjhon is something our good boy.
Yeah, there's just a lot of stuff in this game that will lag it. I like to joke that this game was like actually crafted from the essence of lag sometimes. Oh man, the Met Dozer just has just a weird hitbox sometimes. Ppotdot got bead.
Yep, he got bead.
Man, here is the one like hard Proto Man fight just because you have that uneven ground. And Ppotdot still is making it look like a joke before I can even finish talking about it.
So here we got Hardman. We're gonna fire off a bunch of magnets right into, and we're gonna take a body shot from him, so we don't get frozen.
I think he got a little frozen anyway there. I'm not completely sure what went down. But
I think he did get frozen.
Yeah, but you know, he's still through the fight. No problem there. John, I want to say, is probably just keeping an eye on his health. I feel like that's a little dicey too. I think he could have taken the hit, but you know what? Why risk it? It's a tournament race.
I think he wanted to play it safe. And now we're heading into Top Man. So we want to take out these shoes, for lack of a better term, because they create a lot of extra lag, followed by the nuts and bolts. That first screen is pretty laggy.
Yep, it is a screen in Mega Man 3.
Yep. And now we're gonna come up to these Met Dozers, and of course, one of them just had to tink.
I mean, if it doesn't tink, you almost have to like ask if they're actually playing Mega Man 3. Ppotdot, though, did miss a lot of shots. Eventually, I think just went right through that last one. Onto the cats now. And this is one of the places where, you know, Magnet Missile is a really strong weapon. It does get to shine in this route. Rather than jumping up in, like, what is it, 10 shots, 9 shots to take down the cats, just like 5 magnets and you're done.
Yeah, I think it's like 6 Gemini lasers or 5, something like that.
Oh my goodness.
And Ppotdot's just making quick work. Do you think he's gonna go for the jump?
He is Ppotdot.
Oh!
Oh!
This gives greatjhon a lead. Not a tremendous lead, but still a lead.
So when I said earlier, is it going to be feast or famine for Ppotdot? This is pretty much exactly what I meant. You could see him like inching ahead little by little, every extra slide, every extra crazy jump he went for, but missing one thing. And especially at like the very end of the stage, that was like maximum distance from checkpoint back to where he was.
And unfortunately, fortune did not favor the bold.
Fortune did not favor the bold today. And Ppotdot does wait an extra cycle this time.
And greatjhon is out of here.
Taking down top, but Ppotdot is still right here.
He's right on his heels.
Very nice kill from Ppotdot.
And greatjhon out there at 655, and Ppotdot following lead around 706. So
yeah, 10, 11 seconds, something in there.
Something in that ballpark. But we're still in the robots. There's plenty of game left.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a lot of the other classic Mega Man games. There are strats you can go for, and they will save like a second or two. But if you miss them, you're going to give your opponent a huge opening. And Ppotdot's style of play, just in general, is to go for everything. And, you know, we all love him for it. But will that do him, will that serve him well in a race? There, I knew there was a phrase somewhere in there. This is the infamous dark room. Lots of lag just everywhere. You kind of have to know how to memorize it. It is actually a really fun room to play. I've heard a lot of people say this is one of their favorite rooms to practice just because it is. It's Mega Man. You're jumping, you're sliding, you're using the buster. Go. greatjhon is onto the next screen, killing the next shoe at 8:12. Yeah, Ppotdot at this point is only like 5 seconds behind after starting leaving the previous stage 10 seconds back. Pair of shoes.
Okay, no deaths there.
Oh my goodness.
I think Ppotdot's like 3 seconds behind.
Not even, because John had to switch to top still.
And we have a sync. Oh
no! Oh no! So Ppotdot there somehow ended up using his E-Tank. I don't know if that was intentional or not. I wasn't paying enough attention to his health. But then used Hard Knuckle, which I didn't know did a little bit of extra damage to Shadow Man.
I think it's 2 damage?
Yeah, because I think he went from 3 hit points to 2, so if you can punch him in the face and use those point-blank shots properly, yeah, that's going to be a little faster than peppering him with buster shots from across the room. Nice recovery from Ppotdot, and I mean, that's just unfortunate. That's the mechanic of topspin that a lot of people... It makes a lot of people think topspin's a terrible weapon. It's really its only flaw in implementation, and unfortunately, it's usually the only time people see the weapon.
But even with that, like, Ppotdot's still on greatjhon's heels.
Oh yeah, greatjhon basically needs to play perfectly here. Or Ppotdot could fall in a pit. I mean, the first screen of Gemini is notoriously difficult. Nice Proto-Man skip from John.
Here's the question that's on everybody's mind tonight. Is somebody gonna make the call?
I do love some good boy Rush Marine.
Will somebody make that 1-800-ARM-MARINE call? He's only one phone call away.
I know Ppotdot has basically already said he is planning on not making the call unless he takes a death. But I mean, you know, he's already had enough trouble here. I don't know if he's gotten anyone up. He has 2 extra lives, so he's fine.
And Ppotdot gets the zip.
Nice. You see, that's what is keeping him in this race. He's going to keep nailing all these like little strats, or maybe not going for that health there. And I mean, that's time that's going to add up.
greatjhon decides he is not making the call tonight.
Of course, tournament race, you look at those E-Tanks sometimes too, but these are, you know, seeds 10 and 14 respectively, I think. We're late enough in the tournament. Maybe not all of them, although that one is pretty free to grab. Oh, Ppotdot. Ppotdot!
Oh, no! Looks like Ppotdot's making the call.
So Ppotdot, I mean, if you're Ppotdot, you're hoping you're just working out all the bugs right now. But greatjhon still has to hold up his end of the bargain. No real trouble here with Gemini.
Okay.
You know, I shouldn't have said anything.
We got Rush Marine, the Great Amphibious Beast.
Remember, if you have difficulty with this stage, just call 1-800-ARM-MARINE for all of your Rush Marine needs. Please consult your doctor before using Rush Marine.
So, greatjhon's definitely giving Ppotdot a run for his money.
So Ppotdot here, no, I think he took a little bit of time there. Of course, you don't want to accidentally soft lock against the Gemini men. I don't think he was close to that per se, but you know, sometimes you want to be sure. Otherwise, that cycle just felt like it lasted a little longer than it could have.
I think he was just taking his time per se.
I guess so. John showing off another magnet missile screen here. That if you don't do magnet first, you'll just never have magnet missile here, and it just works very nicely, taking out all the dragonflies, all the Mets, one shot. Your aim is adjusted for you because magnet missile is awesome, and you get to still have those Gemini lasers for later. Also, just Ppot. Okay, no. Also, just the way the menuing works, it's still one menu to get around between Buster and Magnet.
Okay, so here we're about to reach to Needle. Do we think we're gonna get some high jump Needles? I hope not, because I would not want that on my worst enemy. 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Friedel.
Yes, Friedel. Friedel indeed.
Shoutouts to Ppot in the chat.
Is he gonna get a high jump king tonight? Let's see. 1.
My good friend Nadua!
Well, at least did ricochet to hit him.
I do like when you get the intentional bank shots on stuff like that.
Oh,
it just looks nice.
It looks like it was intentional, but it's not.
It almost never is. Because, I mean, sometimes it is, but even then, it's a little laggy. Anyway, John is in Snake Man. I like to call it Rush Jet the Stage, the movie based on the original graphic novel.
So, there's two things you can do with those big snakes. You can A, either hover over them, or B, you can zip through them. I don't think we're gonna see Ppot zipping through them.
We're going to see a route divergence, apparently. Now, with the last two robots here, you have the weaknesses for both. So this isn't a huge disparity. I think there's just a slight menuing thing where you go to one stage first because, you can menu to this thing faster that way.
Yeah, I think it's just for menuing purposes. And I think for greatjhon, it's probably easier for him to do Snake first versus Spark.
That menu is it's such a subtle, you don't even notice it until you get to that top tier.
Yeah, it's so small. So what you see greatjhon doing is jumping off Rush Jet. 1 is to reduce lag, and 2, Rush Jet only ticks down while you're actually standing on Rush Jet. So while you're off him, it's not ticking down. And both of our runners into their respective bosses. Let's see what we get from John. Oh,
Snake Man just running around like crazy.
Snake Man not being friendly.
Yeah, John just taking a couple of hits there against Snake Man, not killing him as fast as he probably could. Probably wants a few of those shots back, but he's out of there. He took care of business. And Snake Man, the one nice thing about Snake Man running around is there's no lag. Ppot, I think, had really no trouble at all with Sparkman the stage at all. We'll talk about it as John goes through it. But yeah, good quick fight, ending against Sparkman centered. You love it.
Sparkman, probably one of my favorite soundtracks in the game. What's your favorite, Mr. Cab?
Snake Man.
Snake Man.
You can't be my favorite in the series if you're not my favorite in the game.
How about the chat out there? What's your favorite track in Mega Man 3?
So John switching to Magnet here, much like Ppot did a minute ago. Magnet just makes short work of a whole lot of problems in this stage. And this is one where, as long as you're not doing Gemini first, you will have magnets here.
Yeah, I don't even think if you do Friedel first, you'll have magnet there.
If you do Friedel first, you have other problems.
Yeah.
But I think, yeah, there you... I guess you do. I don't even know what the second robot in that order is, but yeah, you would go to Magnet pretty fast. It's the whole point of Needle first is to get Jet. Yeah, Ppotdot is not zipping through these snakes.
Yeah, I don't even know how those zips work. You can ask Vasta how that works, because I have no idea. So on this last section of Spark, you want to walk off the elevators and slide off the platforms. Otherwise, you're in for a bad time.
John taking little hops off of some of those. I mean, that's definitely a screen where the speedrun strat is also the easy strat. It's like not... It's actually comical how like casually you reach that screen and you might use Rush Jet, which by the way is the second best way to go through it anyway. But like, and you just panic and you get shot into those spikes. It's a pain. It's horrible.
So greatjhon out of 8 robots at 1832, and Ppotdot, he is out of here at 1845.
45. It's about 13 seconds. Ppotdot with the same pattern for Snake, actually. No jumping, just walking back and forth, and Ppotdot made short work of him. So I didn't see where John went. Obviously, now we can see it's Sparkman. Ppotdot, I'm expecting to see Gemini here. That's traditionally... There's no rhyme or reason to it. It doesn't matter which one you do. He's going to Friedel first. Needle is both the shortest and longest stage in the game, I think. So let's just keep following John.
Yeah.
Gemini Laser is a laggy weapon, but it's a very powerful weapon, and it's great for the first half of the stage, especially because you need that bank shot on that second screen to take out the bug on the ladder.
It's a very laggy but super effective weapon.
My favorite call out here, people know I'm obsessed with the Game Boy games, and in Game Boy Mega Man 2, Magnet Man is weak to Metal Blade, so here's Metal Man, and he's weak to Magnet Missile. They just trade shots with each other, I guess. Must be a metal and magnet thing.
I guess it's polar opposites.
Something like that.
I don't expect John to be going for the music despawn, which he does not. And if you die there, you get sent to the start of the level.
Yeah, just don't even do it.
Because the checkpoint is at the bottom of that screen.
So I think John despawned the first couple of these like electrode things. The easy and faster way of just getting through them. It's like, it's not just that it makes the stage easier, it also just despawns things for lag. Ppotdot through Airman without much of a problem. As I said a little earlier, Needle is a very long stage. Quickman, don't get bodied by Quickman.
Just don't touch him.
Don't touch him. Get hit by the boomerangs on purpose. And of course, if you have a weapon on the screen in this game, for the most part, you can't pause. So E-tanks might be hard to get to, especially since, you know, the snake might be running up the edge of the screen. A Gemini laser might be bouncing around. It's not a good time. But John taking care of that stage with ease.
Time for Gemini.
People say Mega Man 5 is the one-up game, but Ppotdot's taking a few deaths here, and he still has like 4 extra lives.
Mega Man 3 reference?
I guess. Maybe we'll have to rename the emote.
Or is it Mega Man V reference?
That's a whole nother story. Ppotdot is through Doc Needle, no problem. greatjhon here, using magnets on that first screen of Doc Gemini. Magnets on the first screen of Gemini in general is a great idea if you have them. But here it's the actual strat. So he's got 3 tadpoles on him. That's not terrible. Like it's a little laggy to get through, but the game will not spawn a 4th tadpole. So you can set it up, and I think you should be doing that here, so that you don't see, you can just shoot eggs out. Even if you have 2 on the screen, you can then, like, every other one will have a tadpole. Top route. If you shoot 2 of those tellies, it tends to reduce the lag by a lot. That's what you're going for.
So here's one difference between the US and the Japanese. Flashman on the US will fire a barrage of bullets, like you see on greatjhon's side, but on the Japanese, he only fires a single bullet. But
It's really more important for how long you're frozen during those barrages. But yeah, you're right. The obligatory, mandatory rush section here.
He made the call, but he made it to the wrong one.
No, you know, Jet's the strat. We all love Rush Marine. I want to see more Rush Marine in general. Having a little trouble getting onto that ladder. If you miss the quick climb there, sometimes that gets a little dicey.
Oh, absolutely.
Switching to Shadow Blade here after the mandatory rush usage. It's just a good weapon. You get to shoot up. Plus, you know, Bubble Man doesn't like metal blades, which Shadow Blade effectively almost is.
Yeah, so Bubble is either gonna shoot 1, 2, or 3 bubbles. We want to see the less.
Ppot getting the body blow from Quickman there. greatjhon's got to watch his health as well.
Ooh.
So they're both out at almost the same time. Be a little... Again, just these stage lengths are all different, so it's kind of tricky to gauge who is where. Of course, Ppot also took down the longest one. So
it's gonna be hard. So what just... Oh, no, Ppot. So what just happened there on greatjhon's side is he died while screen transitioning. So the game doesn't know what to do, so it just lets you go on forward. And because he took that, there's no lag in this section.
Yeah, the NES does not have a separate sound processor. That's the way it's been explained to me, at least. So you effectively despawn the music, so giving the CPU a lot less to do, which, you know, makes it that much easier to play. Same principle behind the Proto Man's cutscene skip in Gemini, the normal stage, applies here. I think that makes that that fall away platform section just that much easier to have that much less lag on the screen. And a lot of people will just make the call to Rush Jet if they do have music playing there. Ppot also going top route. They're not able to quite get through it. John here dealing with Woodman. This is the typical strat. Just get a lot of hits in the first cycle, get against that gate. Mega Man moonwalks through it. There you go. He doesn't even walk. He just kind of like slides backwards.
So on this section that you see, John, you'll either see runners either swap to Magnet, or they will kill those first 3 enemies with Gemini and then swap to Magnet. Because I think you need 1 small drop to make it through.
Yes. You're 1 shot of Magnet short. Ppot, what are you doing?
What is going on?
He kind of missed a slide there. The fastest strat is to basically damage boost and slide across the spikes, and I missed exactly how he missed it, but he had to find 1 more boost.
So no doubles on greatjhon's side.
Yep. You want to get doubles on Heatman by hitting him the moment he becomes vulnerable, so you can basically skip a flame cycle there. He didn't get it. Got a little dicey with the health. I was scared. I'm not gonna deny it. I was a little scared. But he is through now to the longest one in Doc Needle. Ppot, though, already at the end of Doc Gemini, despite the death.
Oh.
So, I mean, yeah, greatjhon has this little bit of a lead here, but again, Doc Needle, the longest of these stages. So, he's got to, you know, take what he can right here. We're not... Don't have Ppot's music up. So Drake,
I can I can fix that.
Oh, don't worry about it too much. We'll just never know.
We'll know if he got it in just the next screen.
greatjhon is just kind of going back to one thing I saw on Snake Man stage as well. Haven't seen him doing the rush cancels. If rush is out in this game and you're push start in a slide, it will despawn rush. So if you have like rush jet or rush coil sitting around doing nothing, it's a pretty easy way to get rush off the screen, which again reduces lag. And that's 2 airman fights we said nothing about because let's face it, the airman fight is just kind of stand there and spam spark. It's over.
Yeah, there's not much going on.
Spark shots only use in the run. There are a few other spark strats out there, but they're just not as good as the other strats.
Useful. And Woodman down on Ppotdot1.
So yeah, Ppotdot1's just gonna go straight to magnet here. We're gonna see the same thing. Yeah, he got a drop. So he's just gonna go. Again, just like the first screen, you're keeping an eye out to make sure you don't get killed by drops. Oh my gosh.
Drops galore. I think Ppotdot1's gonna be out of...
Easily.
Yeah. So it looks like Ppotdot1 probably gained whatever time he was down doing his Doc Robos.
Yep, that is his 8th Doc Robot with John in the little boss corridor. He's out at 29 even.
And time for Breakman.
greatjhon just gonna plant these hard knuckles here. Ppotdot1 dealing with Breakman, which is a split. Pausing there to get that respawn. And we just like to remind you once again that this race is brought to you by IBN Machines. It's bacon now, product of Wiley Co. If you like bacon, if you like any kind of bacon, go to IBN today. Also, it was Dr. Wiley all along. What?
That time break. I didn't even realize that what Dr. Light said because I run the Japanese version. All I know is he ran off with Gamma.
Yep. Hypothetically, Dr. Wiley had repented for his evil ways and worked with Dr. Light to create Gamma, the peacekeeping robot, and totally was not planning on stealing it the whole time.
But even though Ppotdot1 is ahead 18 seconds, just a miss Yellow Devil could put greatjhon back in the running.
Yep, and like it's been the whole race, Ppotdot1 just has enough superior strats here that he is still in the lead despite a clean sheet and no deaths from greatjhon.
But greatjhon's like making little mistakes that are just giving Ppotdot1 the edge.
Yeah, I wouldn't even call all of them mistakes. It's more just like the strats themselves. Ppotdot1's just going for enough little extra things. It's like 1 second here, 1 second here, 1 second here. It's like if you were watching a live TV event and you're just like seeing that delay and you lose a second and you lose a second. And of course, then you refresh the stream and you find out you've been behind 5 minutes the whole time.
That turtle.
Ppotdot1 using the Shadow Blades. Slightly faster. John using Topspin. Much easier to use. Was he?
Thank you.
So yeah, Ppotdot1 is in the Yellow Devil stage here.
Oh, the bees!
Get some bees. See another rush jet screen here. No checkpoint in this stage, not that it's a very long stage.
No! That gives John the lead. Just like that. John is ahead.
That's the story of this race. Ppot pulls ahead by a handful of seconds and
just gives it back to John.
Just has an unforced error. I think he was going for a very short slide jump there. I missed if there was like a drop or if he just missed the A button on like a one tile slide. Famously in Mega Man. Well, let's see this kill. Let's see what we do here. Easy. See, I was saying
I don't expect Ppot to miss this, but it would be unfortunate if he did.
Ppot has the mashing skill to get this for sure. It's all a matter of timing, though. That's what Fasta was telling everybody in the practice room years ago. It's definitely held true. Oh, yeah. Ppot, you could see, even got like 1 or 2 extra hits on that first jump. So, very nice. Very easy. Yeah, I think what happened to Ppot there was, in Mega Man 3, this is the one-tile slide in Gemini Problem 2. You have to wait 8 frames after you slide before you can jump out of it. So if you're too close to that ledge, you're just gonna fall in if you're not able to, if you don't have 9 frames of sliding space.
Like, I love Ppot, but I kind of want to see a game 3.
Well, everybody loves game 3. If you want to see the underdog, though, you're pulling for John to win this in 2. So here we go. Shots are off. We're switching it. There we go.
Easy. So basically what happens is RushJet absorbs the properties of whatever you swap to if memory's correct.
Yeah, earlier on I said most weapons you can't pause while they're on the screen. Rush is the exception. And those bullets don't respawn when you change and switch weapons. So basically, those bullets kind of become topspin bullets. They do topspin damage. They act just like topspin, so they don't disappear. And the Mega Man clones are very weak to topspin. It works with any weapon, but of course there, topspin's the one you actually want to connect with, so easy.
And here we are into Snake. And we're gonna grab this health because Shadow Man's up next.
Yep, and Shadow Man again, right? You're gonna collide with Topspin here, so you want to have that little extra health. Very nice, very solid kill. Ppot trying to redeem his earlier Shadow Man fight here.
If he loses it, he's gonna have to go for the backup.
You can see he's just being very, very careful this time.
Oh, I don't blame him.
Me neither, but he's only one robot behind John after all of that. After everything we've been through.
I think John's PB is like a 3805.
I'm gonna have to look at the leaderboard again, but you know, I'm just enjoying him crash through this. So, fun fact about Mega Man 3. I hate when people say fun fact. Robot Masters are weak against their own weapon. So it's very convenient there to just use Gemini against both Gemini himself and Needle. One less menu, works very nicely. John's gonna skip the weapon refill. And then Ppot trying to manipulate Gemini into jumping into the shot, since Gemini typically jumps whenever you shoot. Shadow is a accepted weakness since the 90s, I think, against both Spark and Shadow Magnet. So yeah.
Oh no!
Nadua! He's out. He's out. He doesn't realize he's out of ammo. He should be going to Needle, because again, weak against their own weapon.
And just giving greatjhon even more time.
Yeah. So. Yeah, that just happened. That is the worst feeling in the world when you're playing a Mega Man game and you're just pushing B and nothing's coming out and you're just there like, oh no, Why is my controller broken? What's going on? And then you look at the ammo meter, and it's just not there. Great John. Not quite able to one cycle the pin bot. Nice. 38:05 is the PB we were looking for. You're right. So John here, again, right? Just like this whole race, just needs to play his game. Not worry about the PB possibility here. I'm not sure if it's in reach. He needs to just finish the stage. Just finish the video game. Pot done with the robot. I didn't even see the fight, I'm not gonna lie. Great, John's
It was fast. That's all that matters.
John's gonna be just behind here. Just like the clones. Oh no!
And done.
He has enough time. Oh my goodness. Get those GGs out. No, Ppotdot going to try and mash him down with Snake. Misses it. Going to do the jump up and around. Very nice. GG's for Ppotdot. So greatjhon taking the first race here by just under 20 seconds. Race time says it was 20 seconds, but you know, who's counting?
Let me get race room number 2 up and running.
Yep, and greatjhon kind of upset. Yeah, I messed up machine and gamma, and like you look at that time, that might be the difference between greatjhon and a 37 right now. Ppotdot saying, it's a quote here, "Disasters happened, lol." And I kind of agree with him. He knows it. We all know it. So we're basically going to be here to see if Ppotdot can shake that off and come back in race 2. I mean, Ppotdot basically proved here that he can take like 5 deaths and be right there with greatjhon. Greatjhon, though, had a clean run. Now, one of the easiest ways to go fast is don't take unintentional deaths, and that when you're in a tournament, sometimes that's all you need to do.
He just had a cleaner run. Ppotdot just had all these mistakes that just kept adding time.
It was what those mistakes were, though. Like greatjhon's mistakes were, oh, some bee spawned. Oh, I didn't kill someone in the center of the room. Oh, it took another 3 seconds. Ppotdot's mistakes were, I fell in a pit and went back halfway through the stage.
I had to call a rush marine.
And like it's stuff like that where it just kept coming. So yeah, like I said, can that serve as Ppotdot's warm-up run? He's got to come back here now, beat the game 2 more times, and do it fast without making the big mistakes. This is where, as a normal commentator, you know, you go and you say, "What do you think he's going to go and like back up on those strats and go for the safer stuff this time?" I'm just going to answer for Ppotdot and say, no, he's not. That's just his style. He's going to go for it. The hare broke its legs 40 times in that race.
So I'm just asking our runners if they're good to go for game 2 or they need a minute.
Yep. That between race, get up, stretch. Everybody do it there at home too. Just stretch your arms, stretch your legs.
Yeah, maybe I should do an easy devil while we wait. Do you think there's a chance of an upset?
We're halfway there. I mean, like I said at the beginning, Ppotdot is very feast or famine And the thing is, when he nails his strats, right, it looks amazing. You will see like stupidly good times, but he will go for everything.
So it looks like they are ready, and I'm gonna let them off.
Yeah, go for it. I want to see greatjhon though take this low 38, mid low 38, and just crush that PB. I mean, you want to show up in these races, and even if you get sent home, you want to give it your best time. And I want to see greatjhon literally give his best right now.
Yeah, because we could have another upset like we did the other day with Kyle. Like, Kyle Precise had an upset because Sage Hero beat him in Game 3.
And Kyle Precise, Mega Man 3 veteran. But greatjhon here, like I said, just a couple of cleaned up stages away from a 37. I would not be shocked if we see that 37. The question is, will Ppot put up a 34? And they're off.
So beginning of the screen, just slide, jump over these pits, don't die, and then you'll reach Pro Man and it'll take 28 shots to kill him.
It's like subtle things like that screen though, because even that one screen, greatjhon is like 1.5 sub-milliseconds behind. And it's little extra slides under those magnets.
Yeah, and that proto fight.
And they pick you up if you're like not sliding. If you jump in the wrong place, you'll get caught on them. It's little things like that. That, like, if you take 1 second for every screen and you just say, Ppot gained a second, that was the last race.
Yeah, Ppot was just, like, gaining time on it. Like, look, Ppot's already in the Yoku room, and I think greatjhon's, like, a room and a half behind.
Ppot, though, having to wait another cycle here. Just missed one of those cycles. And just like that, you know, greatjhon coming back. Of course, no. greatjhon's just going to give it right back. This cycle, I think, is at least a shorter one. Oh, what are you doing?
Oh, God, greatjhon, please.
Now, that looked like he's done that before. He did it very quickly, very cleanly. That bottom block has the magnet pull on it, and that's what makes it scary. But he handled it. And, you know, sometimes you just feel like you don't have the jump. You got to go back. I wonder what greatjhon's nerves are like right now.
And Ppot's getting, like, the worst pad ever from magnet.
So John's got to be careful here. So you get that back and forth jump, and that's great, but then you run out of health to take extra hits with it. You didn't get the third hit in.
Overall, better RNG, but not as good clean execution.
I mean, it's a little bit of execution. It's a little bit of RNG. Ppot had all the high jumps, but that meant he didn't have to worry as much about his health. greatjhon kept getting those hits in, but like at some point, if you're not faking out Magnet Man, you're gonna run out of hit points to give. And here's that B again. Ppotdot just going in there, showing off that mashing ability.
Hopefully, greatjhon can mash that third weed down.
And one magnet just decided it didn't want to cooperate.
Oh no!
Again, not the bees. You know, the lag actually helped him with the third B. He was able to just go right up there.
Yeah, he had all the lag in the world.
The game was running at 2 seconds per frame, so he was able to pull it up. It was running at Ocarina of Time speeds.
What was that, like 5 frames?
Ocarina of Time runs at 17 seconds per frame. We kid. We love Ocarina of Time. So yeah, Ppot building up a little bit of a lead here in Hardman Stage, just like last time. Nope. Instant death pits in Hardman Stage to bail greatjhon out. So Ppot's just gonna keep cruising. Ppot's just gonna grab that health.
Which I don't blame him at all, because the health he's probably gonna need, because he's gonna take at least one hit. Hopefully he doesn't accidentally take two.
And again, just stuck there. But it takes care. Hardman does hit like a truck, as you might expect, from like a giant, like weighted piece of metal like that. That's pretty much his strategy. So greatjhon is here. We know Ppot is in chat at least, so it would follow that Ppot may very well know he had a bit of a lead there to spend on something like a health drop to try and speed up that fight.
Here's the question. Do you think Ppot is not going to go for the jump this time?
So that jump specifically, I mean, I'm not going to give him... I'm going to let him decide. He's listening.
Because that death is what just spiraled everything for that last run.
Yeah, that was the first one.
And now we are coming up to cat number 1. And just gonna mash it down with some magnet missiles. But knowing that greatjhon thinks he's behind, or if he knows he's behind, do you think he's gonna play a little bit more riskier? Ooh, and runs out of magnet missiles on the second cat.
There's a question of like what is risky for greatjhon. That jump, especially at the end of the stage, this is not a trivial jump. And if you haven't gone for it before, there's literally no reason to go for it. Ppot had to like save it once there. Oh my goodness. He just went right. That's what I was saying before. At the beginning of this race, I said, Ppot, are you going to still go for the hard strats, or are you going to play this a little safer? And he's Ppotdot. He's going to go for everything.
Like, if it's not in your like memory to go for not hard strats, it's really hard to just not go for them because you're used to a certain set of strats.
I mean, there's that too. Although this one, like, even when you go for everything, you're used to like a rhythm. There's a little bit to something like that. You kind of know, okay, just stop for a second. It's not like a specific thing. You just have to pause. There's nobody shooting at you. It's a greatjhon. A little longer of a fight, but still threw it in basically 2 cycles.
And here is Pro Man number 2. And just like we see him, there he is gone.
I think it's 28 shots to take down Proto Man every time he shows up.
And Buster only does 1 damage. Shadow Blade and I think Magnet do 2.
That makes sense. I've seen some strats where it's like, yeah, break out the magnet missiles and go to work on them that way.
Yeah.
Nice dark room.
That was phenomenal dark room. Now we have the shoes. And let's see this platforming section.
Easily one of the scarier parts of the run. It looks easy, but like it's one of those things where you have to slide and jump and slide and jump and slide and jump. You're not really holding A for the most part, and it just takes 1 drop to kind of mess with the whole thing.
Whether it's small or big, it will drop. Okay, he did not run out of top spin this time.
So what happens is if you have iframes and you are top spinning through Shadow Man, the game says, aha, you're top spinning through an enemy. I will take off a point of ammo and I will hit the enemy. Except they both have iframes, so nothing happens. And then the next frame, the game checks again, and aha, you are attacking an enemy. And so I will use a point of topspin ammo, and this you just go, and you're out of topspin. So basically, just don't stay in contact with Shadow Man if you have iframes. That's also why you see like our runners are gonna like kind of tag Shadow Man and get out of the way. Just don't go through his body.
Hopefully, does not die on Gemini at all.
Yep.
Do you think he's gonna have to make the call again?
No, he's Ppotdot. He's gonna go for one-tile slides like a crazed fool. Of course, it's faster, so you want to see him go for that.
So that's actually a fourth appearance of where Pro Man should be, but since we jumped through that and skipped that, we never see him appear.
And just like we were talking about in the last race in Dark Shadow, that's when we actually talked about it, but same thing here. Gemini Man music does consume memory, does consume processor power. So by getting rid of it, generates less lag.
I'll follow Ppotdot if he pets the dog.
I think Rush Coil counts as petting the dog. Oh!
No!
That Dragonfly had it in for him. He just missed. I guess he missed a shot on it. Whatever happened. So there, we're making the call. This is a screen out of like all the screens in the game. This is the one where you really expect it to happen. Remember, 1-800-ARMORINE for all of your aquatic amphibious Mega Man needs. Offer not valid past Mega Man 4.
And Ppotdot's gonna say no to that E-Tank.
The E-Tank might be like the one thing you'd expect him to just kind of grab anyway, just in case. But no, he's going. Let's go.
And he took a hit from that jumper.
Yeah. Gemini Man can be rough, but once you know how Gemini Man works, it's not that bad. But he's taking quite a bit of damage here.
At least it's easier when you have Shadow Blade.
Easier than with Buster with Gemini first. But oh man, greatjhon kind of caught here in a so how did we get here moment. He's going to make that slide. Like you can make that just holding right in Mega Man 3 and Mega Man 5. Don't try it in Mega Man 6 though. Yeah, everyone has that E-Tank from Hard Man stage. There's like notoriously few E-Tanks in the earlier half of Mega Man 3. It's just one of those things where it's like it's nice to have it.
See? greatjhon made it. No problems.
Hey.
But I think Gemini's true weakness is Snake?
Yes. Gemini takes extra damage from the laser itself in refights, obviously. Takes 2 damage instead of 1 from Shadow Blade. And otherwise you want Search Snakes, which are an incredibly awkward weapon to use against Gemini, but they work exceptionally well. I guess it's not that awkward to use against, only that jumping one. Needle, the normal stage, is the shortest stage in the game, so no surprise that Ppotdot is basically already at the end.
Even with the death in Gemini, but that death was pretty much at the start of that underwater section.
Yeah, that screen is its own checkpoint too, so it's like not a huge deal.
And no to dual lasers from Needle. So I guess in this case, yeah, I guess he's Friedel.
It was Friedel. greatjhon coming up here, just going right through those needles. Let's see how he does with the Hammer Joes here. This screen's kind of an awkward one sometimes. Gets the drop. You don't really want that large drop.
No, I don't even think you want to drop there at all.
Yeah, it's the classic thing where like power-ups and drops and they just take time. You don't want to sit there for the time. So here's Ppotdot in Sparkman stage. You can see just knowing where these enemies are going to spawn, planting the buster shots.
He's got that little spark just following him.
Yeah, he missed that one electric enemy, and that just led. That's what happens. You know, you miss one enemy, and all of a sudden the game is like lost half of its frames per second.
Ooh, Ppotdot taking an extra tick of damage. Not exactly the best, but he's alive. He did not fall in the pit.
Yeah, he's doing fine with health here. I think he's gonna be good. You want as much health as you can, obviously. Just like last race, John's going to Snake, Ppotdot going through Spark. Taking out those blocks, not necessary, but taking them out does reduce lag. It's one of those things where it's actually faster to stop and destroy the block than it is to try and run past it. This is the speedrun screen, because you do it exactly like what you just saw there. Don't try and force it, just do it exactly like that, and it's almost easier than if you were like playing without a strategy and you're just like
just going for it.
Just kind of going for it randomly. That is like the easiest way to get through that room. Yeah, chat noting Ppotdot jumping out into something akin to a almost a minute lead at this point. Still a few seconds short of that, but still he's up there.
He's got a lead. It would take a really bad death to give greatjhon some time back.
We want to welcome our raiders here from SpeedGaming 3. Welcome to the race. This is the Mega Man 3 tournament race between greatjhon and Ppotdot1. This is game 2 after greatjhon pulled off the upset in game 1. Ppotdot having fewer mistakes in game 2.
A lot fewer.
So you're going to actually see it on the screen after this. If Ppotdot plays the way I think he's going to play. I talked about the push start in a slide to despawn Rush Jet. So we go over that and you see. There's the shots and slide. Oh no, he didn't despawn it. Ppotdot's making me a liar.
Ppotdot, why are you making us lie?
He just wants to make me look bad on the microphone. Yeah, Rush Jet just saves this stage. It's so fun, it's so free, just kind of fly over everything.
It's Rush Jet the stage.
It really is. Giant Snake mid-boss? Hang on, I got Rush Jet. Giant pit with little like flying bullet bills on clouds? I got Rush Jet. I got this. Even this screen, like that last jump is actually a lot harder than it looks. You might not want to deal with those enemies on the ground. Rush Jet.
Yeah, I think John's probably going to be about a third through this stage by the time Ppotdot's out of Snake.
Something like that. Maybe halfway, but still it's going to be a little bit. You just fired an awful lot of magnets there to kill the one snake.
Ooh.
And Ppotdot taking a couple of hits there, but taking out Snake Man without too much trouble. That's 8 robots for Ppotdot, since they both switched the order of the last 2. Doesn't really matter which one you do first.
And Ppotdot is out there at 1749.
I think he just did cut 1750, yeah. greatjhon here going to destroy only the middle block, which is the most important block to destroy for getting rid of lag on that screen. Switching to Shadow here. No, you gotta love that push B to just switch menus. He's making these small hops. He doesn't have to make those jumps. You can just walk off pretty much most of those platforms. The hops actually almost make it more likely you're going to take a hit there.
Yeah, you could just slide off and then you'll be fine.
All right, easy Sparkman. But yeah, as we said before, he's going to be close to a minute behind. Maybe a little under, but still. Yeah, about
about a minute roughly. It was like 18:48 or something like that.
About 57 seconds between them. And if they do the same routes they did last time, greatjhon's going to go a very different route through the dock robots. It doesn't matter which ones you do in which order. It has no impact on your time. Yo, Ppotdot firing a rush bullet there with spark attached to it to slip through the air shooters. Just like a little optimization there. I love it.
I did not know that was a thing. But
I mean, we talk about it a lot in the Wily stages for those bosses, but it works any time in the game. So, I mean, yeah, why not?
Yeah, pretty much.
See, again, rush jumping off the top of the screen. Mega Man not on the screen means there's less lag. Less rush jet ammo getting used. It's just good all around. Ppotdot's gonna get to these mid bosses here, which do a lot of damage if you get hit, so don't get hit.
Yeah, you don't want to die because it's gonna send you right back to right after Airman. And if you collected the big ammo drops, you're gonna be hurting for ammo.
Oh, that's a risky jump from Ppotdot, but he nailed it. So he is through to Doc Crash.
I thought it was Doc Flash.
I was wondering if we were going to do that bit or not. I wasn't sure. We got to practice that for the next race.
Okay.
Is it Crash or is it Clash? Nobody knows.
It's both.
It's an explosion from Hard Knuckle. Crash likes to jump right at you as soon as you shoot, so you want to kind of like jump and like just plant that knuckle in the air for him to jump right into.
Now we got
and then him again on the way down. Yeah, the Doc Quick fight here.
He was like aiming to get John. Oh, no.
He's got bodied. Oh no!
Oh no! Exactly as Chad is saying, not like this.
Fortunately, you get the checkpoint for the second Doc robot. So, not a lot of stage to have to go back through, but of course, that's just time he doesn't have to give to Ppotdot right now.
Do you think Ppotdot's gonna go for the despawn?
I think that might be... Oh god, he went for it.
He went for it. I think that was the 50-50.
I can't identify which one's which, but yeah, he's trying to despawn the music for the second half of Sparkman stage. With 50-50, I think you either get it or you don't. There's a 20-75 where I think that you don't get it is you die.
Yeah, the 50-50, it's either you don't get it or you get it, I believe. And Ppotdot made quick work of Metal Man. Not Metal Man, Quick Man.
I thought you were about to say making quick work of Quick Man, and I wasn't sure if we were gonna have to like. I didn't know if that was another bit, but yeah, you're absolutely right. He just made that fight look easy.
Is Ppotdot gonna fall in a hole this time?
Dude, the commentary curse attempts here are real. He's still even going for like the one-tile slides on these platforms. He absolutely does not. Greatjhon!
Oh no!
He just kind of got caught by Doc Flash there. He couldn't get out of his hitbox.
Oh no!
So yeah, that's why I was saying the second Doc Robot in a stage, you get the boss corridor checkpoint. You can just oh well and just go and do it again. The first one, well,
Not so much.
Here you are.
Yeah, he just gave so much time back to Ppot.
Yeah, so I mean, this has been Ppot's race to lose, and it just is even more right now. But remember, this is best of 3. We'll get to see if what happens in a potential third game, who can stay collected.
Yeah, I feel like Ppot after that first game, he's like, I got my first game lost, doesn't matter. I got all the mistakes out.
Yeah, Ppot had a scary time on this screen last race too. That looks better.
Much cleaner.
greatjhon versus Doc Flash, round
With
2.
very low
Ppot
health.
with a spicy jump there.
Ooh,
Needle,
he does
the weapon.
not have the ammo.
Yep, I think there's another weapon that works. He's got to use an E-Tank. And he does not use an E-Tank. That's actually another thing to point out here. Mega Man 3 US, which we established he's playing on because of the pattern he's seeing from Flash with the bullet spray. When you come out of a pause, you lose your iframes. I don't know who programmed that, but that's just how the game works. So, especially there, if you pause and you're like in a near-death scenario and you're inside a hitbox, you better use that E-Tank or you will not like what's on the other side. I haven't seen what greatjhon's life situation is. Ppot getting the music despawn, nice. But he has no needle ammo left from what I recall.
Yeah, I think he ran out, so I don't know what the backup is. Ooh.
Oh, nice. Backup is shoot tadpoles until you get drops, I guess.
I guess so.
One more small drop for good measure.
Round 3. Fight.
Not able to find the B button for a second there, but he's through the fight finally. Third tries the charm. Meanwhile,
Third try.
Ppot knocking out Doc Wood.
Mhm. 1-800-RJET. He has made the call to 1-800-RJET.
Rush Jet, another nice, fun option for that screen. Rush Jet as the one you just kind of stay on it because you need jet or coil on the screen before to get over the big wall in front of you. So you might as well just stay on the jet. It works underwater. Why not?
Yeah.
Pot through to Heatman here. Not getting a double. There we go.
No doubles. But he's out of Doc Robot. And time for Breakman. So Breakman, you can't hit her with any other weapon but Buster. And dot time break.
Shoutouts to IBN machines.
Shout out. It's bacon now.
As LV Creed likes to say, the most famous eyebrows in gaming.
They are.
Dr. Wily capsule sound, still the best capsule sound.
But can you name any other villain who has got better eyebrows than Wily?
The Mighty Monarch might, but he's not in a video game.
Like, I mean, Eggman's got the best mustache. Oh no!
Ppot not quite able to get through those spikes.
But he's got a big lead, so even if he takes a death or two, it's not the worst. But him getting possibly like a game over, like in refights, could be.
I mean, yeah, it would take an error of that magnitude to kind of bring John back into this race at this point. After the flash deaths, and just with Ppot really not making a lot of errors until now, Ppot has a sizable lead. And I mean, if you're Ppot, what was that? You need to not make mistakes like that, and just make sure you have a clean end of the run. Try anything you want to try, but keep it clean. Get into game 3.
Yeah, just clean it out.
If you're greatjhon, you might be thinking on the other side of that. Go for gold split strats. Just see what you're comfortable going for. Because odds are, especially like Ppot's done with Wily 1, greatjhon's got another Doc Robot stage to go through.
I thought that was his 4th, but oh, I forgot he does Frida last.
So yeah, it's just go for everything. See what you feel comfortable with. See what you could apply in the next race. That's got to be your mindset here. Just have a solid run. Ppot's gotta be thinking something similar. Don't do stuff like that. Don't give greatjhon an opening, no matter how much time it is.
I don't know what happened there, but it is what it is.
I mean that Ppot still has 0 runs in this match with a clean Wily 2. So
Wily 2, one of the hardest days. And if we haven't talked about it already, you can press B to menu over to the next page. But then oh, Ppot, what are you doing?
I mean, you've got time, but he's greatjhon's now halfway through Needle.
Is he just trying to give greatjhon a fighting chance?
I mean, I think he's just like failing to let go of the down button. Something's not. I think he saw that drop coming for him there, and he's like, no.
It's like, not today.
But it's when he's going for these basically 1-tile slides, even if it looks like it's a 2 or 3 tile platform. Again, right? The first 8 frames of your slide, you cannot jump. And so if you are near the edge of a platform and you're only sliding, 6 or 7 frames off of it, can't jump. And you'll see something like that where it's like, well, why didn't you jump? Why did you just slide into the pit? Because he didn't have 8 frames.
Easy. Only after a couple of interesting Wily 2 attempts.
I mean, like, even then, though, right? The follow-up question to that is, well, if you're not sure how close you are to the edge of the platform, why are you even going for a slide jump? And the answer is because his name is Ppotdot1.
Yeah. He did not get hit by the infamous KLM room.
He is through the KLM room.
And he despawned the disco ball.
Very nice.
And it looks like greatjhon is playing Breakman. Dot time break at 33:28.
Dot time break It's baking now. But Ppotdot is sizzling here. Getting right through Wily 3. Is sizzling the right word? You know what? Here's a boss.
Yeah.
Don't
Just
blink.
fire a shot and he's dead. So basically, you're gonna jump on Rush Coil, fire 1 to 2 shots, swap the top, and it's dead.
Yep, those bullets take on the property of the weapon that you just switched to. It's a weird little quirk of this game. You can't pause with any weapon on the screen except Rush. So Ppotdot is through to refight. Well, he's through to the refight stage at least.
And he's getting beat up by those trash compactors.
So Ppotdot with 2 extra lives, just in case something catastrophic were to start happening here. Although even then, he has enough of a lead.
He's got a pretty nice lead. Like, it will require a game over here to give greatjhon a chance, and that would probably be like he game overs at the end of refights.
Yeah, I mean, it would have to something crazy. Well, you know, there's one other thing that could happen. Here's your commentary curse. He could soft lock on Gemini Man or Hard Man.
Oh, it is possible.
There's your commentary curse. Hard Man, I forget how the soft lock works. Gemini Man, you have to take out both clones before the attack pattern changes to the second half of the fight. Nadua! But that is not a soft lock.
Hardman is using hard knuckle on Hardman, and you just and standing right next to him, so you never get your hand back. Nadua!
Just like you drew it up in practice. So yeah, Ppotdot making just really short work of this. John might even want to just like, I don't know if how close he's watching the stream itself. He might want to just take out the devil and just let his thumb rest for game 3. But yeah, there's a timing component to this fight. I mean, like, stuff like that can happen. It looked like he just completely whiffed on phase 2.
That's what it looked like. It just looked like a whiff.
Did you see a blade on the screen at all, or?
So it looked like he had a blade, but it went to the left instead of up.
Yeah, the double damage boost at the start of the fight is not just something for swag to look cool. It actually puts you in the right position to get knocked back and still be in position to shoot and hit that eye. While we're talking about that, Ppotdot just one-cycled the Wily machine. Just really clean kill there.
And time for Gamma. And phase 1 of Gamma down. And going to use snakes. Or not?
I think once he missed the rush coil jump, it was let's do it the other way. GG to Ppotdot, race time clocking him in at 37:56.
And greatjhon decided, I'm not gonna finish this race, so I'm gonna get race 3 up and ready for them.
Go ahead and do that. Get those GGs out here. Race 2, Ppotdot having fewer unforced errors to the point that Well, honestly, then greatjhon having really a catastrophic Doc Flash fight that kind of put the whole thing away. So we'll see if he's going to just take a break, hit the bathroom, stretch, do whatever he's going to do between races. While we are between races, we put the links to both of our runners there out in chat. If you're out there watching this on a video on after the fact, their names are as they're spelled on the screen. greatjhon, we've been calling him greatjhon, and Ppotdot1, not Ppot. If you say Ppot, then we will have to find you and correct you. Ppotdot1 and greatjhon. Go follow them. We can't have these great events without runners like them. Go support everybody here we have in this great tournament, and just help the Mega Man community grow.
So while we're waiting, I found our race rooms pretty interesting for the last two. We had Sleepy E-Tank and Super B Hard.
Superb hard. But room 3 here, Conster, I think that's what you were going for.
Yep, Salty Turtles.
Salty Turtles. That is one of my favorite things about Racetime GG. These like room names and community leaders do have the ability to kind of like drop in nouns for that second slot. So when you see a race room show up, it's not just like a really generic, doesn't have anything to do with the game kind of word. See, there you go, Salty Turtles. Salty Turtles. greatjhon saying he's ready. Ppotdot actually readied.
I just want confirmation from both runners.
So yeah, game 3. This is what we've been talking about the whole time. Ppotdot, feast or famine, going for everything, has some clear, just technical capability with some of these strats over greatjhon, but also goes for everything, including the risky things, and has a couple of spots in both races where he's just taking deaths, unforced errors.
It looks like both runners are ready.
So we're going into game 3 here to see if greatjhon can not make those same mistakes he made in race 2 and can put together a clean run like race 1, and to see if Ppotdot can just, again, like in race 2, not make as many errors and just beat greatjhon. Winner of this race. This is game 3. This is the rubber match. Whoever wins this race wins the match. Let's go.
The winner of this match, I can't remember who they go to face, but
Speedy Runner.
I kind of would like to see an upset, but it's gonna be hard to say. It's kind of
you always gotta cheer for the underdog. That's just how it is.
It's just strange to see how like Mega Man 3's intro is so different than Rockman 3. Rockman 3 has a picture of Mega Man. And we're on to Magnet Man. Just slide, 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 and jump till your heart contents till you get to Proto.
Yeah, but it's like where those jumps are, where Ppot, like again, like just like last race, right? 23.5, closer to 25. Ppot's already a second ahead on just one screen from just optimal movement. At least I'm going to say it's optimal. Ppotdot is taking a little longer this time with Proto.
Just cleaner movement overall.
Will fatigue be a factor here? Ppot seems to have, after that Proto fight, his matching seems to be still here. Okay. Because again,
And time for a Yoku block. Hopefully nobody misses a cycle.
Ppot doing a little optimization that I remember Fasta talking about way back when, where with that second section, just don't move and let the magnet pull you, and it just generates less lag that way. Just like little silly things like that.
So it looks like greatjhon's about roughly a screen behind, but still trucking.
Yeah, I mean, greatjhon's plan this whole match has kind of been, basically put Ppotdot in a situation where if he makes those mistakes, he will lose the race. And in the first race, I mean, that's exactly what happened. Ppotdot made a lot of mistakes. greatjhon won.
Yeah, he pulled a long game.
Last race, greatjhon had a terrible Doc Flash and was already behind by about a minute by then. So Ppotdot's Wily 2 was not enough for greatjhon to get back into it.
greatjhon just made past Wily 2 and he's like, nope. I'm just gonna take the L on this one and go straight to game 3.
I think he got that through Wily 3. But let's see, can we get a clean screen here without any bees?
On either player's side. No bees on Ppot's side. Much cleaner start on. No bees.
Nice.
And Ppot having issues with the rush coil again.
Man, do the slide, start cancel. Although at that point, like, well, once you've jumped on rush, it's like, yeah, you know what? Just go. Yeah, greatjhon having 2 monkeys, like you said earlier, jumping after him.
Usually you want to either kill or send that second monkey back up. So after 4 shots, the monkey will go straight back up. There are a couple like high-level runners that just opt to send the monkey back up instead of mashing it down. And greatjhon about a screen and a half behind, but still not out of it. Is still, but this pro man say hi, and he'll probably say goodbye real quick.
Yeah, Ppot already done there.
And Ppot having issues with the sticky ladders.
Very nice fight from Ppot there.
That is a really good fight.
And when Hardman crashes down and kind of freezes the screen, just like that for greatjhon, if you do it right and you're kind of standing inside him, it can it knocks Mega Man out of being frozen by doing more damage. But that means you do the fight faster.
And now on to Top Man. So we're gonna want to kill these little shoes, for lack of a better term, because we want to avoid any additional excess lag, because you got those screws and shoes and everything. And Ppot just taking that top disposer out really quickly. Some runners will just opt to just damage boost through because they know their jump mashing isn't the strongest, so it's probably just faster for them to do that.
Yeah, Mega Man 3 is truly a masher's game. So Magnet does make it a little easier. Only need half the shots here for those cats.
The kitties are down. And time for cat number 2. And he is out of those cats.
Ppot not going for the slide on the second platform.
I don't blame him for that.
He went for it on the first one, though, and I think that it was just a recognizing that it wasn't going to work out.
Oh.
Okay. 3 pauses. And after that, he's not going for the last jump.
I don't blame him after that. Because I think that's like his strat where he'll jump early and pause to swap to hard there.
Yeah, that is, you know, the keep Mega Man in space, just hovering for an extra second to see if the platforms catch up. So it's one of those things where that cost him a couple of seconds, but it also wasn't a death. And honestly, greatjhon probably did it a little slower anyway.
Yeah, I'd probably
Good
rather
fight from John.
Yeah, I'd rather stay alive than not take a death.
See, greatjhon is right behind him. All he can really do is kind of not make mistakes and force Ppot to also not make mistakes.
But he hopes Ppotdot takes a very bad death, and that'll give him a good bunch of time back.
Yep, that is what he's looking for. He's waiting for Ppotdot to make the mistake.
I just love this screen right here that Ppotdot's on. Just so great.
Ppotdot in chat to say lol indeed for that pause buffer. It's so true. We've all been there. Ooh, there's a drop.
That drop was playing
that health drop was coming for him.
It really was.
Yellow Devil's Advocate.
Okay, Ppotdot did not lose all his ammo this time.
Yep, unlike the first race. I mean, since that first race, Ppotdot has probably been like a little more mindful coming to this fight.
Probably just a hair more cautious.
I mean, that's how it is. So, like, Ppotdot basically needed that one warm-up run called the first tournament race. Maybe he just likes playing the game 3 times. You never know. Excellent fight from John. Just not giving Shadow Man anything.
Maybe Ppotdot just did not have time to warm up, and that was his warm-up.
Ppotdot was streaming for, what, like a half hour at least before this race.
So here's the question. Is Ppotdot gonna make the call a 3rd time tonight?
Yes. And Ppotdot is only making the call if there's a death, so... yeah. I said it.
Ppotdot, make that call. Make the call to 1-800-ARMORINE.
I mean, if you're in Ppotdot's corner, you really don't want him to make the call. Because that means he missed a jump. I'm not going to say he took a death, because he might, like, miss the jump and land on the E-Tank platform or something, at which point, well, I guess we're calling Rush.
Yeah? Ppotdot taking a unnecessary hit from that dragonfly, and he's saying still no to that health.
Yeah, Ppotdot goes for everything. It's the best thing and the worst thing about Ppotdot. Nice zip from greatjhon.
Oh! I swear, it wasn't me.
See, that's the other reason to not get the health drop. You just fall in the pit and you get a health refill. Remember, for all of your aquatic needs in a Mega Man series, call 1-800-ARMORINE. Armorine, it's slow. It goes through the water. It does a good job in the water. It was discontinued after Mega Man 4. Oh, he needs the ammo. Okay. It's scaring me a little. Oh! Okay. What is a Mega Man without zips? It's Ppotdot's favorite game. It's Mega Man 6. greatjhon navigating the torpedoes exploding on his platforms and the dragonflies pretty well there, making sure that he had room to get knocked back and not fall in the drink. You gotta respect kind of seeing the situation and just knowing how to handle it. Ppotdot with the good beam out there, around 22.
Even with that death, he's in striking distance.
Well, yeah, I mean that's been the story of this entire thing. Ppot needs to make much more than one mistake for greatjhon to get in here. I don't know what their PBs were when the seeding happened, although I think they were like 10 and 14 respectively.
Something around that nature. I think 10 or 14 or 11 and 15, something like that.
Ppot's grind has just opened up a 3-ish minute gap in their PBs, so that's a little bit.
Yeah, Ppot just had 2 PBs the other night, so he's been going hard.
Speaking of PB, greatjhon's in the green after 4 stages.
Come on, greatjhon.
Of course, I say that, and he proceeds to like need 3 jumps to get up a ledge. No. I promise I'm not trying to jinx this into oblivion. I just want to see Ppotdot fire 5 Nadua lasers.
Nadua?
I think that's asking for too much. It's just not going to happen.
I just want to see 2.
There we go. Solid fight from Ppot. Even with that one laggy-looking rebound, I think that one was even on purpose.
So a 13-10 beam out for Ppot, and
Ooh, that was getting spicy.
yeah, muy caliente.
I think he got hit by the needle and not the needle man. That might have ended differently if it was needle. Ooh,
13-30.
He's about even. I saw that timer flash red. So yeah, he's just got to keep it up. And again, after 6 robots, it really doesn't matter which order you do 7, 8. There's minor optimization, I think, for doing Spark 7, 3. It doesn't even matter.
Yeah, it's just like
the minor optimization is the number of times you have to push up and down on a menu. How is the race at this point? Concert, what do you say? This is like both races put together. Ppotdot just hasn't made a ton of mistakes, so he's still slightly ahead.
I would say this is probably the cleaner of the 3 races. Race 1, Ppot made all the errors, and John capitalized. Race 2, John just had tremendous bad luck in doggone Gemini. So, I would definitely say this is a race. John just needs to hope that Ppot gives him an opening.
Ppot also noticing he's getting all of the 1-ups ever, saying in chat, the game won't let me game over. This is one thing we kind of noticed in the first race too, where it's like Ppot kept eating deaths, and he always had like 2 or 3 extra lives the whole time. So we're gonna have to rename the emote to Mega Man 3 reference when this match is over.
So is Ppot saying he wants to game over?
I didn't hear him not say he wants to game over, so you never know.
Yeah, so I think Ppot's probably gonna be about a third to halfway through by the time greatjhon's out of here.
Yeah, and greatjhon has Spark to do after this.
And I think Spark is the shorter of the 2 stages.
Oh. Okay,
Oh.
okay.
You scared me a little there, John.
Because you can only have 3 needles on the screen, so you know if 3 needles flew under Snake Man there, that was almost disaster. greatjhon's path to victory basically depends on not taking deaths.
He threaded the needle, per se.
I see what you did there.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I see what you did there. Thread the needle. Needle. I don't even remember what Needle Man's weapon is named. It's Needle.
Needle cannon, I think?
I think it is a cannon. What's the difference between a buster and a cannon anyway?
I have no idea.
A buster, a cannon, a shot, and a missile. Or you could just be Hardman and punch people in the face.
Yeah.
It's canonically a cannon? Okay. A traditional dink. Doesn't do anything, just looks funny.
It'd be nice if it did the Mega Man 7 thing and just did a quick kill.
Not today. Not today.
Okay. Pod is out of here at 1736.
About not quite 10 seconds slower than last time. greatjhon, the dual laser up there. Can't pause while that laser's bouncing around.
I don't know if that was intentional or just by accident. I want to say on the side of accident.
Oh, that was definitely an accident. There's no reason to even select Gemini. Solid Sparkman fight. So Ppotdot is into the longest stage in the game, Doc Needle.
$18.22, so about 50 seconds difference.
You said 22?
Yeah.
Well, like you said in the first race, nothing a Yellow Devil can't make up.
Or the stage.
And again, the Doc Robot order does not matter at all. You have all the weapons. You're not getting any new weapons, so you just have to go in here. Ppotdot, take you. Yeah, we're both thinking it.
He's gotta be careful.
I mean, if I'm Ppotdot here, I'd say just use the E-Tank.
Yeah, I would have just used the E-Tank right there, just so I don't take any...
Because you can't pause over this pit to use the E-Tank. He's got to stop
Unless
here.
Yeah, you have to stop.
Because if you pause, Rush is going to despawn. So you've got to make it now.
Yeah, this is definitely something. He's
gutsy. That was gutsy.
Yeah, that was super gutsy. He's definitely got to...
Yeah, there's the tank.
Yeah, there.
Come on, Ppotdot. What are you doing here?
If he went for just like that, I was like, you're a madman.
I've been informed that this is Doc Needle stage, not Gutsman stage, so that was not gutsy at all. Thank you, Phoenix. You see, like right there, right? He was able to do that because he knew he used the E-Tank. The backup strat though would be Shadow Blade. That's the other way to get through is the League of Shadows.
Hopefully, greatjhon does not die here.
Yeah, greatjhon had some problems develop quickly last time. I think it was only the one death to Quickman though. It's not great, but it's not bad either. He's going to use the E-Tank up first because getting bodied by Doc Quick. Ooh, he could have taken one more hit.
He could take one more.
Yeah. Doc Quick does 8 points of contact damage, so you don't want to get bodied.
And the boomerangs do 2.
Yeah, so you want to get hit by the boomerangs and use your iframes to survive the fight.
It's kind of hard to jump over him because he's got such a pretty big hitbox.
Oh, God, I almost collect my thoughts. Seeing both runners progressing forward, please don't fall in a pit, is good though. After we just kind of had to stop there and say, what's going on? greatjhon almost threw this first screen of Doc Gemini. The first screen of Gemini and Doc Gemini are two of the hardest screens in the game. It's really not even worth debating which one's like harder. The point is they're both very death prone.
They both suck.
Ppotdot having a little bit of slowdown there with the fight. Not going for his music cancel this time.
I think he knows he's ahead, so he doesn't want to chance it, is my guess.
I think he knows that he is specifically like not far enough ahead to warrant going for something where if he dies, he has to go through the whole stage again, including fighting Doc Metal. greatjhon there. Last race in his head, he's like trying to get away, keep a lot of distance between him and Doc Flash, but he is through.
He did not get bodied this time.
Well, Ppotdot's gonna go for lasers. Can't take the contact damage. He can't pause while that laser's on the screen. Nadua, why?
Okay.
Okay, and greatjhon having some trouble on this screen here too. What just happened?
I don't know what happened, but he's through.
Oh my goodness. greatjhon is also going to use an E-Tank. What is going on?
E-Tank galore, I guess.
Even if they made it so Rush Jet didn't work underwater, I mean, they just used Marine instead. It would be the extra menu there.
Yeah, you just make the call to 1-800 armor.
It's kind of nice that Jet works, so that you can use Jet for that early get over the wall section. But Ppotdot's still going for these one-tile slides.
And missing a couple of these magnets, and gets a nice magnet refill. And I think this is Ppotdot's 4th Doc Robot.
I'm not sure about that. Have we seen Doc Shadow yet?
No, we haven't. Oh,
ooh,
no!
He tapped left too early. It's early in the stage, but you know that's a chunk of time that he just does not have to give to Ppotdot. And that was through the screen transition too. That shouldn't have happened unless he tapped left too early.
Yeah,
got anxious.
Yeah, I've been there where you get a little anxious and tap.
These like really narrow gaps in Doc Shadow. You just gotta make sure you don't touch the spikes, except for that one time you touch them on purpose. Right, so Ppotdot is through. Ppotdot taking a little hit there, not a big deal. Still got plenty of health for this. greatjhon through to Doc Wood, though.
And Doc Wood is down. And same with Doc Bubble.
And Ppotdot again living at the edge of his life meter. I think both runners don't have an E-Tank right now.
Yeah, I think they're on no E-Tanks.
Ppotdot, I think is this Needle? No, this is Shadow.
And he gets the music despawn.
Nice, nice. Doc Needle only really relevant in that Doc Needle has 2 E-tanks in it. But again, right? Neither one... No, only the 1 E-tank, but it's a pain to get.
Yeah, you got that one where you have to jet.
That
Oh!
It looked like he was really far to the left on that platform.
Yeah. And that just gave Big John the time he needed.
So Doc Shadow is a shorter stage than Doc Needle.
And he misses it.
So Ppotdot, I think, did say that if he didn't get that music despawn, he would probably call Rush. Again, the despawning the music, because the NES, as it's been described to me, doesn't really have a dedicated sound processor. Despawning the music, the CPU has that much less to do. It makes the game less laggy. Playing this stage now with lag, or with the extra lag, he's going for it anyway.
Oh, God. From what I've been told, it's about like 76-14 to get that. So 76% chance that you would, and then 14% you're just gonna miss it. Whereas from like using the wall sap, it's like 100% guaranteed. And Airman is down.
greatjhon
so
into the hard section here.
Are on the mid one, but greatjhon's gonna be at this stage a little while longer.
I mean,
because it's
greatjhon's basically going to be like getting up to the first Met in the stage, and Ppotdot's going to be fighting the boss. Like, that's just how long this chasm, veritable chasm of Doc Needle stage is. He might not even be up to that first Met. It's like, it's just that big. That's why this stage is so long. And then there's still like another half the stage to go.
Okay. Met number 1 down. And of course the screen freezes. Don't keep us in suspense, man.
greatjhon net.
Something like that. And time for Breakman. Just mash him down like you would pro. Dot time break, 29:02.
That little pause to teleport out there faster. Once again, IBN machine. Shoutouts to IBN. It's bacon now. If it wasn't bacon then, it's bacon now. A product of Wileyco. greatjhon missing with the 4th knuckle, hitting with the 5th. So he's still within striking distance. That's exactly where he needs to be. So Ppot has yet to have a clean run. I'm going to get in Ppot's head because I know he's listening. Hi, Ppot.
Ppot, Ppot could maybe accidentally die a couple of times in Wily 2.
greatjhon's going to go to IBN, get some of the bacon now. Maybe get some other snack, I don't know. I got to try and get in greatjhon's head too in case he's listening. Have to be unbiased, get in both of their heads.
What's up, greatjhon?
Reports from chat are that John made 7 seconds. He gained 7 seconds on Ppot through all 4 Doc robot stages. I'm going to choose to believe that. Again, with just the story of the tournament of this match has been greatjhon's playing his game, and it's just a matter of is Ppot having any other trouble.
Hopefully Ppot doesn't have a interesting turtles.
Yeah,
as our room name says.
Salty turtles. It's so weird because like Shadow Blades sometimes connect well and other times don't. Mega Man 3 is... Oh, why is Wily in space? Because Wily's always up there against the Starry Night. Question out there in chat: any differences between the Japan and the North America releases of this game? It's kind of iframe behavior and Dock Flash's behavior more than anything else. If you pause in the US version, your iframes just kind of disappears, which can make using E-tanks a little tricky sometimes, or at least not using them.
And there's also a possibility in the US release, if you die on the Turtle Maker, there's a chance that you can soft lock.
It's generally preferred to be on the Japanese, I guess, physics, engine, whatever.
Oh,
but it's not a major difference.
Let me reverse that. On the Japanese, you can soft lock, not the US. Because they fixed it in the US release. And will Ppotdot get easy?
Ooh, easy. That's so easy. So greatjhon to try and match it here.
Ppotdot did not have a KLM room. Oh!
Just short.
Just one.
Usually when that happens, it's the timing of those jumps is just a little off. The second jump probably started a little slow. And that's just 20 seconds all by itself. Ppotdot just like missing getting a shot off before menuing there. You want to, again, with rush coil, switch, get a shot off, switch to top so the bullet does top spin damage and doesn't despawn when it goes through. Failing that, it's decided to just switch to snakes and mash him down with his actual weakness. Of course, you can also just top spin him down, but you know, it's fun to see snakes there sometimes.
Snakes? Snakes?
Dut, dut, dut.
While we're waiting on Ppotdot's stream to return, I'll swap the music over to greatjhon.
There we go. Oh, maybe not.
Ppotdot.
Ppotdot dropped into packets.
I know he was having some issues the other night.
Ppotdot.packets.net 1. So greatjhon with the clean kill there of the holograms, the clones.
Well, Shaman's dead. Time for some top man action. And misses a shot, unfortunately.
He's rolling with it though. He's right there.
The worst thing that could happen for Ppotdot is a soft lock here.
Yep, just like last race, just don't soft lock. And that goes for everybody.
The duo!
Yo, nice jumping. So yeah, Gemini's AI is that he will jump whenever you push B if he's on the ground. So you can kind of make him jump into some of those bank shots sometimes. Ooh!
Ooh! Yeah, let me get that audio back for Ppotdot.
Just missed the last shot.
Right
Magnet Y. For everybody out there wondering what the joke is, there was a speedrunner named Nadua who got very animated upon missing a laser shot.
And Ppotdot is out of refights at 36-11.
Let's see this Wily Machine kill. It was clean last run.
It was so clean we missed it.
I saw it. It was clean. There we go. I don't know what greatjhon's doing there, bouncing that laser around, but you know, it looks fun.
I think he knows that Ppotdot's basically won.
Make him win it.
But greatjhon is wanted in our heart with that Nadua laser. And here we are onto Gamma. Phase 1 is down with Shadow Blades and time for some snakes.
Mashed it down.
Mash it down. And Ppotdot wins game 2 with a 37-25.
That's game 3, sir. That's the match.
Yeah, that's match.
So yeah, get those GGs out in chat for Ppotdot1 with that 37-25. Moving on to face the neighboring seed, 10 versus 9, a Speed E runner in the next round.
Oh no.
Happens. The robot does a lot of damage, and if you don't get that quick kill, you gotta know how to act fast and how to stay out of the way. You can use Shadow Blades down there, but you're gonna get crushed by that robot a little bit. It doesn't insta kill crush, but it does a lot of damage. There we go.
There we go. Second try. Let me ask these gents if they'd like to do an interview.
John, I'm gonna just bring it home here. I always grew up thinking it was only hard knuckle that worked, and the Shadow Blade is a revelation in that first phase. Yeah, the first shot dinked, and that's why I didn't get enough damage in, but it just means you can do it a second time, and it's over.
GG for greatjhon.
Get those GGs out. And with that, I believe we are being joined by our match winner, Ppotdot1.
Hello.
And greatjhon's right behind you. Let's give him a second to get set up there. But GG, sir.
Thanks. I I had fun. It was there was minor disasters at least in all 3 races, but kept it mostly together for the second and third races.
Minor?
Yeah, just minor.
Ppotdot, do you in fact know the definition of the phrase safe strats?
I took some things. I did take a couple things back. Like, I held back on a couple of things in all 3 races, but in the third race in particular, in Wily 2, I actually at the end there, I had died on that slide jump all 3 times, doing it a safer way than normal. And so I took it super mega ultra safe in order to make sure I didn't die the 3rd time.
I didn't even notice it the 3rd time, but yeah, you're right.
Welcome, greatjhon.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, GG. Nice job.
GG's. Yeah, great races.
That was an interesting set of matches.
I bet.
Yeah.
So,
for sure.
in those 3 runs, You made 0 calls to rush Marie. Papa had to make the call every single time.
I made it 3 times.
He likes it. He likes Rush Marine.
Yeah. All 3 times I died somehow in the single block section. I think the first time I didn't slide once, and I had to like turn around to kill a dragonfly, and then the fish on the left spawned, and it threw off everything. And I'm like, what do I do from here? And ended up falling into the pit because I was like, I don't know how to fix this at all.
Yeah, I don't do single block slides, so I definitely play that room safe. But you know what? It means I don't have to die and try again. So that's one benefit.
Yeah.
So John, after that first race, like, were there any nerves there? Was that like a little bit of the surprise? Oh, I maybe I could do this. And did that like affect that play going into games 2 and 3?
No, my immediate thought was, okay, I'm gonna have to play 3 games. So yeah, it wasn't really nerves as much as like, I think we could take it to 3. But yeah, it was a rough race. Like, I think maybe similarly, it's like I just got myself in a situation that I didn't know how to get out of, like Flashman just stomping all over me. So yeah, that was awful. And then it happened twice because I tried to E-tank and like left the menu instead. And it was like, whoops. And that was another minute and a half off.
Yeah,
Ew.
that's
We're
really
curious about that.
No, the first time was just straight up like, oh, whoops, I didn't hit him enough. And then I like got stomped in the corner and I was like, should I E-tank? And I didn't even have enough time to like do it. Then the second time was just like, okay, I'm definitely going to E-tank. And then I like went in the menu to do it. And then I immediately died because I just went out of the menu instead of hitting A. Oh man, it was rough. But I managed to bring it back after that. I was just like, but that was just a disaster, and I couldn't come back.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you came back in game 3 pretty strong, and if you're one yellow devil away from another 38.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah. Are you going to go for that 37? Because I think you've got it if you want it.
Yeah, it was actually this was I think my worst race. I was getting like a pretty consistent 38s, and like I don't know how many golds I had tonight. I had like 7 or 8 or something. I think I saw in chat because I was like I was getting way too nervous watching the stream, so I just like was flipping it off. But like I saw it's like so many golds. Like yeah, I've just been like hitting a bunch of like some of them are baby golds, but I had a refights that was like 7 seconds better. So
Nice.
That's really nice.
So yeah, 37 is definitely coming. I'll work on that a little bit.
So I have a question for you, Ppot. What are your thoughts after that top death in game 1?
In game 1, I jumped early on the top, and it was like as soon as I saw myself jump, I'm like, that's early, and I like was like, do I try to fix this? And then I tried to like pause buffer to like maybe try to survive, but that wasn't gonna work. So, it was like, this kind of sucks dying here, but I mean, this is a spot that you're gonna die sometimes if you just jump early.
Meanwhile, I was over in race time chat saying like, hey, I skipped top. I didn't really mean to, because I've been playing it way safe in races, and I like accidentally skipped the last top.
Yeah, because of that death, that gave you the small lead, which then Ppot just had a comedy run.
Yeah. It sounds like there was a number of deaths. I don't know if that was the clincher there. I think we were back and forth probably for a while there.
I feel like Ppot pulled within 10 seconds, if not taking a short lead, at least 5 times in that race.
I don't doubt. It probably got way better fundamentals when it comes to those levels. So
yeah. I like race 1. I was alternating between playing like pretty well and then just having a disaster section. So like. I think I got a couple of golds in race 1, but like immediately following a gold, I would die. It was like, I can't play the game right now. It's just like teeter-tottering.
Yeah, you had like, you were like playing great. It's like a football team where it's like, yeah, they gained 500 yards. They just also threw 10 interceptions.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
So given all those deaths though, Ppot, you commented on it at 1.2. with all those 1-ups you were getting, are you starting the petition to rename it to Mega Man 3 reference after this race?
Maybe not quite. Maybe if I never game over again after dying like 30 times in a single run, we'll rename it. But I did get a lot of 1-ups in these races for sure.
You definitely did.
You never
I actually in race 1, I paused an extra time at the race 1 or race 2, one of the races. I paused an extra time at the start of Doc Shadow to check my life count, and it was still 3. I'm like, oh, I'm fine.
So I know you had like a weird death in a pit in either Gemini or Doc Gemini. So what happened there? Do you remember?
I think he had deaths in both in the first race.
I died probably in both in multiple races. I think race 1 or one of the races, like whatever the regular Gemini was, I cut a jump short, and in Doc Gemini I didn't jump out of a slide. So just one of those classic, didn't quite make it on either side of the frame window, getting over a pit. Gemini stages are really dangerous.
Yes, they are. In one of the races, you had a very weird under the water section.
Oh, yeah,
Me too.
I think I got a weird drop or something, and like had to turn around. I don't know what happened exactly, but I had to like respawn a fish because my positioning was wrong, and then like take a really tall jump to get hit by a missile instead.
Yeah, there were some panic backup strats in there that definitely pulled through.
Yeah, I went for the fun spike slides on Doc Gemini and like failed because I just happened to not get hit in the right place, and I'm like and I kind of just like switched back to Rush Jet. I happened to see chat saying it was like, you shouldn't be able to use Rush Jet underwater. It's like, yeah, I don't even think about using Rush Marine. I'm like, oh yeah, Rush Jet is what I use here.
You're not making the call to 1-800 Marine.
No, RM is not like one of the options I ever think of.
So
when you're calling it RM, I want to make a Linux joke here somewhere, and I can't think of it.
Hey, I'm a developer, so I mean it's a valid reference to make.
So you just check out when you see RM.
RM, like no, that's a bad thing. You don't want to do that.
-I.
So is there anything notable for both of you guys doing your 3 races that you can remember?
I mean, 5 left turtles on race 3 was a thing.
Ouch. Yeah.
Didn't you have 5 left turtles in like race 1 or something?
Mine were I actually had decent right turtles today, but
Okay.
We're talking about the movement of the machine at first.
Yeah.
Just for chat's reference.
Yeah, it's faster if it moves to the right versus the left, but it's all random, so. No, I guess the only thing notable for me was, like I said, just a lot of gold, so really good movement on some of these levels, and that one of these refights was just like my god refights that I happened to crush it, and I was like, okay, I'm in good shape here.
Heck yeah.
But yeah, some of the other ones weren't so clean,
But unfortunately, greatjhon, with this match, this was your final match in the tournament. Are you gonna continue, or you're putting Mega Man 3 down for now?
Oh, I don't think so. I mean, I put it down for like 5 years and came back to it, so I don't think I'm ever really putting it down. But I'm definitely going to be working on 37. Yeah, but I think that's the next goal because I'm just so close. I always kind of hope I get it in races so I don't have to grind for the PB. But this was a good race. It shows that I'm really close. And the easy double in practice is really easy for me, but I only got 1 out of 3 tonight, so.
It is.
I need to save that time because that's like, I don't have it in my PB. That's a big time save against my PB.
So
what you're really saying is you're going to get a 36.
Oh yeah. I'll be
Heck
right
yeah,
up here
let's
with
go.
the pot. Let's go. No, you got a 35 already. Never mind. I can't do that. I saw the second race time and I was like, you know, if I had done super well, like I obviously did terrible, but like if I had done as good as I possibly can, I probably wouldn't have beaten that time. But like that was my justification. It's like I was probably gonna get eliminated, but I love that I got a win out of this. This is awesome.
Yeah,
Thank you for that gift. First race.
I'm glad that I could have enough of a disaster that it went to game 3. It was fun. I had fun all 3 races.
I told Fatso to do that too, and he didn't for some reason. I don't know.
How dare he?
He gave me a bad run, and it was like a 36. Like, come on.
So, Ppot, you are going up against Speed E Runner. Are you ready?
If I have 3 runs like this against Speedy, I'm probably not going to win that. So probably my goal is to improve a little bit of my consistency going forward. And see if I can't get closer to like 36, 35 range on my races, because then I think I'll have a better chance. Speedy's a good runner, so should be a fun race, but we'll see. We'll see what comes up.
Do you think that you are gonna go for any safe strats or nah?
What are safe strats?
We went over this. He can't define it. He just doesn't know the word.
I took some things safe. Like if you go back and look at my race 3 Wily 2 at the very end, like the jump that I died twice on, I took it extremely ultra safe on race 3. So I know how to do safe backups. I just don't like to.
The evidence is there.
So
You just
been
have to
disqualified
watch
for having somebody else answer interview questions for him now.
Yeah, that game 2 Wily 2 was something.
Yeah, I feel like I don't always watch the races back, but this one looks like a really excellent one to check out and see how it went.
Yeah.
It seems like we were super close, like just me peeking in at the stream every once in a while.
Oh yeah, this was fun. This was a good watch.
Yeah, it's good. Good to hear you on these, Mr. Cab. I haven't. Have you been commentating other races too?
We don't need to go into everything I've been up to in real life on the restream here, but I'm happy to talk about it off the stream.
It's more so just like I was surprised because I had only seen Conster, so it was good to have another commentator. I'm sure.
Yeah. Thank you both for coming in to commentate.
Absolutely.
Conster's been commentating most of my races. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, a lot of people's races, mine too.
Yeah.
I've been enjoying it. So is there anything you guys would like to say before we sign off and return it to Speed Gaming?
God of War Ragnarok was a really fun game. You should play it.
Fair.
We talk about Mega Man a lot.
Yeah. Mega Man's pretty cool. And Mega Man people are pretty cool. Follow those runners and follow those commentators.
Follow the runners, follow the commentators. If you're interested in learning a game, join the community. Somebody somewhere will help you out.
Yeah, we have. It feels like we have at least one Mega Man tournament a year, probably 2. And then you've got the X Series and everything else. Jump in. We all love the Blue Bomber. Did I just call him for the Blue Bomber for the first time in forever? And like, just get in here. We'll have some fun. Check out the Mega Man leaderboards. Definitely follow the runners. We can't have these crazy races and tournaments and events without having a lot of runners, so please support them. You can follow Conster and myself as commentators if you want to. We play Mega Man sometimes. Follow Speed Gaming. Speed Gaming lets us, show the world these silly runs, and we just have a good time. It's fun. Just follow everybody. Follow each other. It's cool.
Agreed.
And I think with that, we're gonna call it here. Let me see if there's any matches on the board coming up. I don't believe so. We do not have any matches scheduled just yet, so with that, we are gonna call it right here. Later.
Have a good night, everybody.